You're listening to FUBAR Weekly on KDSR. Demo Spin Radio. Brought to you by ARC Network Live 365. The station where everyone deserves to be heard. The following program contains strong language and adult content. Listener discretion is advised. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Thank you, Bill O'Reilly. The fucking thing does suck. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and everything and everyone in between. FUBAR Weekly Show. Today's Tuesday, the 15th of September, halfway through the month. Got our guest tonight, the fabulous, the lovely, the very talented Christy Monroe, chilling. She's bored. I bored her already.
No.
Nicole's fucking late. I don't know what the hell she's doing. She's slacking off. It's what I get for not doing the show in the office. So shit, let's just jump right in with both feet. Christy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Long time no see. Actually, that's the last time I saw you was when we did the show down in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
The one at that little bar. That was a good time.
Yeah.
That was it. So what's new? Fill me in. What's you busy even though there's nothing going on? It's crazy.
Yeah. So when the quarantine thing first started, I was like, oh, this could only possibly last 2 months. So for like the first 2 months, I wrote a book. Like every single day I worked on it and just kept working on it and working on it. And then like 2 months in, I'm like, oh, this quarantine thing is not ending anytime soon. So I started taking online college classes, and I had read this book called Free Centoya about Centoya Brown. Do you know who she is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I read her book and it really inspired me.
Hang on, Nicole's coming in.
Okay.
Fucking slacker over there.
Sorry. Hi.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Nicole Raven.
Hi, guys. How are you?
So Christy was in the middle of telling us what she's been up to.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I decided that I want to become a human rights attorney, and I started taking classes in the beginning of the summer and finished 9 credits over the summer, and now the fall semester started, and I'm taking 16 credits, and I've been getting all A's, and it's been going really well.
I have been paying attention to your progress, so congratulations. You are kicking its ass.
Thank you. And then I also became a certified guardian ad litem. And a guardian ad litem is a court-appointed volunteer advocate for abused and neglected children in foster care. And I got assigned my first case approximately 3 weeks ago. And then tomorrow afternoon is going to be the first time that I meet my children that have been assigned to me face to face. Yeah. And they're a sibling group. So we have to follow like COVID procedures. I have to stay in my car with my mask on, and they have to stay 6 feet apart from me. But it's just going to be an opportunity for me to meet them and say hi and let them know that if they need anything, you know, I'm who to tell and everything. But the point of a guardian ad litem is that you spend time with the kids and they get to know you and they trust you. And then they tell you like, hey, I'm being abused, or like, you know, you maybe see like bruises on them or something. So the problem with COVID right now is that, you know, that connection's not really going to happen from 6 feet away in my car with my mask on. And so it's concerning. And my caseworker, who manages like 200 cases of children. She actually just sent us an email today, and she said, like, it's really, really important that you guys are going and doing these home visits and like seeing the kids, because she was saying, like, just last night she had a very, very serious situation where the child almost died. So
Jesus.
yeah, so you know, with the whole COVID thing, there are a lot of children that are suffering and don't have any way of getting help right now, and it's really scary.
Definitely is. And, you know, you mentioned the caseworker having 200 cases. That's ridiculous. And that's, you know, something I've heard time and time again. Anytime there's a case in the news where something happens to a kid, it's always these social workers are completely overloaded, overwhelmed, and
Yeah.
they can't keep track of anything just because there's so much to keep track of.
Yeah. The
So-
government obviously really needs to fund social services a lot more, and you know, but people are like, oh, I don't want to raise taxes and whatever, but as a result, there's, you know, going to be more cases like Gabrielle Fernandez. So
Explain to the crowd who Gabrielle Fernandez is. Not everybody's up on it. You gotta.
Okay, sorry. The trials of Gabrielle Fernandez was on Netflix, and it was about this little boy, and it was the most crushing thing you'll ever see in your entire life. And I can't even recount it with, like, I'll start weeping, but he was being unbelievably severely abused. Like, he was being fed cat shit and shot in the stomach. And then
Jesus.
Yeah, like he was like bleeding from bullet wounds and being sent to school. And it happened in the state of California, and basically the foster care system obviously completely failed him. And in the end, his mother and her boyfriend killed him.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
see, I'm fine. I've seen some really shitty things that humans can do to other humans. And like when adults kill other adults, or that's bad.
Yeah.
But kids is a whole nother level of just fucked up and wrong, and that fucking gets me. That really gets me.
And that's why I became a guardian ad litem, because, you know, it's one thing to say like, oh, it really gets to me, but then most people don't do anything about it. Like, I'm like, no, I have to do something about it. And, you know, obviously I can't save every kid in the world, but at least for these 2 kids that got assigned to me, I can do something. So
yeah. Question from Nicole's mom says, hey, all, it may be a dumb question, but can you Zoom with the kids? If you're asking the kids that she's a guardian for, that would probably be a hell no. And if it's my kids you're asking for, they're assholes and they're in the other room.
So they actually do want us to do Zoom calls. This is going to be the very first time that I ever meet the kids, so they want me to do it in person.
No, she's talking about like Zooming with the kids on this show, I think.
I think
definitely,
no.
That's a no.
No, I think
no.
she meant. No, I'm pretty sure that she meant, can you Zoom? Can you talk with them via Zoom? Not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
Not have them.
All right, because I was going to say this. I'm not. No, I mean, I love kids. Don't get me wrong, but not for this show.
Okay, so no. I mean, what I know, I'm sure that's not what your mom meant, Nicole. But you know, their privacy is the utmost important. I won't say how old they are. I won't say like anything about them at all, other than that they're a sibling group. Their privacy is the most important thing, so they would not be on any kind of public show or anything like that. But to Zoom with them, like for my sessions when I see them, yes, we can. But again, the problem then is I don't know if the person, like in a hypothetical situation, if their foster parent or like a biological parent or whoever is standing on the other side of the camera, there's no way to ensure on Zoom that I'm having a private conversation with the kids where they would be able to open up to me about like anything bad that might be going on. So they are telling us to do Zoom calls right now. My very first meeting is going to be face-to-face in my car, 6 feet away with a mask on. But then after that, it would be Zoom calls. But it's incredibly ineffective. And, you know, the whole foster care system is kind of frantically like panicking because there's been a drastic increase apparently in the number of cases of kids being severely abused through this whole thing.
Well, yeah, with this whole thing, not only that, but domestic violence cases are way up. You know, you lock people in cages or, you know, proverbial cages, you know, people are going to go nuts.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah. But moving on.
You're doing a noble thing, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah. So in happier news, though, this girl named Sophia contacted me on Instagram and invited me to headline at her show that she was having, and I didn't really know what to expect. I wasn't sure if it was a comedy show, a drag show. Like I wasn't really sure what was going on. And then I get there, and basically it was like a burlesque cabaret show.
Nice.
And they had never had they said that they had had female comedians who were like vulgar, but there was no one with an act like mine, because no one has an act like mine. Like I'm the only one. So I performed with them, and they loved me. And I'm meeting up with her tomorrow afternoon to discuss performing with them like permanently.
On a regular?
Basically.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Where is that located?
It was in Miami and like Little Havana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
If you ever wanted to like link up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of the girls were so nice, and all of them were like professional, normal people. Like one of them was a doctor of psychology. Like they were all like nice, educated, normal people, and they were beautiful, and their performances were beautiful. Like I had such a great time, and it was my very first time performing comedy in a setting that wasn't a comedy show. So in a comedy show, basically it's just like a bunch of dudes like hot and heavy.
Was I really like that?
Yeah, you were exactly like
I was a little wheezier than that. I'm sorry. Just get it right?
But so with this, it was more like there was like more social acceptance, I guess, from the other performers, because they were all like women doing that, you know, like getting naked. So it was really good. And then the other big thing was that I performed at the Miami Improv, and they really, really loved me. So I think that they're going to pass me too.
Nice. Did you do the full act at the Improv?
I only had 10 minutes.
Okay.
I kind of got tossed onto a show, but they got the general idea of like what my act was, and they were really interested. So
Nice.
The general manager like wants to talk to the owners, and then hopefully it all takes off.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It was weird because so I did the show at the Improv like 3 weeks ago, and that was only 10 minutes on stage. And then this show that I did with the burlesque people, I was on stage for 25 minutes. And before that, I hadn't been on stage in like 6 months. So I kind of forgot most of my jokes. I'm definitely like really rusty, but I think everyone who's a live performer is going through the same thing right now. You know, like we're happy to be getting back out there, but also we're like, how did that joke go? So.
I haven't been on stage since I think the beginning of February.
That's a
like
long
the second
time.
week of February, yeah. And my next show is in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm starting to dust off the stuff and go through my set when I'm, you know, as I'm going. But I mean, I haven't been in front of an audience live in more than 6 months now. It's crazy.
Yeah. You gotta like watch your acts and like go over your jokes a bunch of times, because it's not like riding a bicycle. It's not just gonna come back to you.
No, it's not. No. It'll be good though, and I think I think the audiences are a little aware of that.
Yeah, and I think everyone's just happy to have something to go to, so like they're being really forgiving. Yeah,
and the place I'm doing the show at is it's the Beef O'Brady's in Parrish, Florida, and it's a great crowd there. They're there to see comedy, and they're into it. So I'm excited.
That's good. I'm glad.
So. Circling back a little bit, saying that there's nobody else with an act like yours. What is this I hear? There was a comedian down in South Florida. I said she made the face. So was she trying to bite your act or what?
Okay, so I'm a really friendly, like super nice person.
Yes, you are.
And I had moved down here, and then somebody was like, you know, uh, not to be like a snotty New Yorker or anything, but like
Not be a snotty New Yorker. It's all right.
the mics in anywhere in the country are never going to be as good as they are in New York. And I would rather fly to New York and do mics 5 days in a row and then fly home than like go to a mic in South Florida where I'm just not going to get the same criticism, the same flow, the same kind of talent. Like it's just different in New York. So
Yep.
for like a good while, I didn't want to integrate into the South Florida comedy scene. And then somebody was like, oh, just try it. So at one of the mics or something, I met this person. I'm not going to say her name because
No, that's fine.
and so I met this girl, and like, me being the stripper comedian, there's a whole thing around surrounding it. Like I have platinum blonde hair on purpose. I have a athletic body on purpose. I wear the stripper shoes on purpose. Like, like it's all a brand that kind of all comes together.
Yeah.
So anyway, this girl, she was like kind of like a lost soul, and she's not very pretty and does not do her makeup well, and she doesn't have like a body that looks good. And so anyway, she said that she wants to become a stripper, and I was like, all right, I'll teach you how. And so she like basically she couldn't get hired at like the good clubs that I would get hired at. So trying
She was
to
more like a day shift kind of girl.
Exactly. And so I took her to like a club down in the Keys and like helped her get hired there, like a place that I knew was like the kind of place that would kind of hire anyone. And I was just trying to like be nice and help her and everything. And she basically at that point, she had like 5 minutes of absolutely terrible comedy. And she'd been doing comedy for like 2 years at that point and had like less than 5 minutes. So
Jesus.
Anyway, she was like enamored by me and the brand that I built and the success that I'm having. And so she had asked me at one point, like, like, is it okay if, and so at first when she started stripping, she was like, I'm not going to tell anyone. And I was like, okay. And then like, we went to an open mic a few days later and she told everyone at the open mic. And I was like, it's not a secret anymore. Like you told everyone. So then she asked me if she could like write jokes about being a stripper, and I was like, yeah, go ahead, like I don't care. And then basically like she told me an idea for a joke that she had that was like basically my joke, and I was like, that's kind of my joke. Like it's like basically the same joke that I already wrote with like one little thing twisted. So I was like, just be true to yourself, like, talk about your experience. Like your experience as a stripper is different from my experience, and there's stuff that's funny about your experience that's different from the stuff that's funny about my experience.
Now my question, is she a better stripper or a better comedian?
She's a better Starbucks barista.
Not that there's anything wrong with being a Starbucks barista, aside from the fact that it's shitty coffee, but
yeah, I mean, someone's got to do it, right? So anyway, I take my, like, I don't do anything illegal at all. And, being a stripper is like a completely legal thing. And I don't in any way break any laws. I just don't. I don't drive drunk. I don't do drugs. I don't involve myself with people that do illegal shit. Like I just don't do that. I have a life, and unlike most people, like I don't have parents who are going to come bail me out. Like I don't have a backup plan. If I get arrested, guess what? I sit in jail. Like I take my responsibilities very seriously. And so that girl it had happened several times in a row that she got in my car with marijuana. And I was like, listen, you can't do that. Like, if we get pulled over, I'm going to get in trouble. My car is going to get impounded. Like, you can't bring. And she basically like defied me and did it over and over, like 3 times in a row. So at that point I was like, I'm not going to help you anymore. I'm not going to be friends with you. I'm not going to be friends with somebody that's going to endanger me. So I had kind of like cut ties and went my separate way. And then every couple months or so, she would like message me and be like, I miss hanging out with you. And I'd be like, oh, I hope you're doing well. But like, just leave it at that. I wasn't.
Yeah, I'm good.
So anyway, then when I went to the Miami Improv like a couple of weeks ago, somebody who is in like the comedy scene was like, oh, you're the stripper comedian? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, there's this other girl in West Palm that's calling herself the stripper comedian.
Oh,
and
shit.
I was like, is it blank? I'm not gonna say her name. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Her and her 2 different size titties can take that act elsewhere. And the truth is, I'm not fazed by it. She's not on my level. I'm a headliner. She's a 5-minute open micer at best. I built a brand. I am, I own the domain name. I own all of I've made the merchandise. Like, I've got the trademark. I copyrighted everything.
And because she did 5 minutes at an open mic and a day shift at Uncle Limpy's Hump Palace, then
exactly.
She's now the stripper comedian.
Yeah. And so like I'm in no way worried about it. Like,
I just thought it was funny because that's like, of all the things to copy, the most unique, branding of a comedian / stripper, like that unique combination is not something that, I guess somebody could easily copy, number one, and two, in the same damn neighborhood.
Yeah. So the truth is though, like, everyone's laughing at her. Like, if it were like another girl who was like physically fit and attractive, okay, like that's a thing. But like, this girl looks like an Oompa Loompa, and no one on the planet. She's the kind of girl that you give a pity $20 to get her to go away. Like, she's not somebody that anybody would like seek out to get a lap dance from. And that could be a very funny comedy act. Like, there are jokes that she could make right there, and I'm supportive of that. But don't try to pretend to be me, because you don't look like me. You don't have the same experiences as me. And the reason that my comedy act is working well is because I am being authentic to who I am, and it's not going to work if you're an Oompa Loompa. It's just not going to work. I'm sorry.
Shout out to my fellow Oompa Loompas. So what else is happening? How the book sales going?
You wrote it. Yeah, you wrote a book since last time we saw you.
Yes.
Yeah. So I did not publish that book yet. So the first book, which is called Something Ridiculous by Christy Monroe, has been selling really well. I've sold about 1,000 copies so far. I now sell them like at my comedy shows and stuff, and then they're also for sale on Amazon. And then I wrote a second book, and it's not published yet. There's really not a good reason why I haven't published it yet. A lot of people have been like, when are you going to publish it? And I'm like, oh, it's coming.
Well, like now would have been the time to publish it with everybody sitting home.
Yeah, I know. I gotta just do it. I drew, it's like a picture book, and I drew 23 pictures. And then there's like stories that go with each picture, and I just have to like compile it all together basically.
Now, who's the book targeted at though, it being a picture book?
So the book is called A Sale of Two Titties.
not a children's book.
Not a children's book, no. It's a book that recounts like the craziest things that I've seen while stripping. And
with illustrations.
The illustrations are quite graphic and hilarious. Because
I gotta get the copy of this one now.
I really want this. I want to see this a lot.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's like, when are you publishing it? I'm like, soon. I swear to God. I sidetracked with other shit. I don't know. But the pictures are all done and most of the stories are done. Like I said, I just have to like put it together.
Well, speaking of projects, what's the deal with the camper? Holy crap.
Yeah, so I bought a 1963 Sarah Scotty Sportsman. It's a vintage canned ham trailer camper thing. It's 13 feet long and 1,350 pound dry weight, which camper people know what I'm talking about. Am I right?
I know what you're talking about. I'm not a camper person, but I know what you're talking about because I'm a car guy.
Okay. And so it was in Fort Myers, and for like 5 years, it's been my dream to own one of these. And so, I found one that was in good condition and I was going to make it happen. And I drove out to Fort Myers and negotiated with the guy, got him down to a good price, and then I bought it. And so now it's sitting in a field about an hour north from where I live. And the plan is that I'm going to rebuild it. And I have big plans. It's going to be 100% off grid with a compostable toilet and solar panels. And I'm really excited about it. But
nice.
Yeah,
Did you get that side panel fixed? So when you were towing it home, the side panel kind of folded up from the wind.
So that actually, the whole thing needs to come off because the whole frame needs to be rebuilt. So that was going to be trash anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that. And I'm like, oh my God.
It was super stressful. That should have been a 2.5 hour drive. It ended up taking 5.5 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Always travel with ratchet straps. That's the lesson today.
I usually do.
Yeah.
Or ratchet broads. I mean, either way.
Yeah.
Something about a ratchet.
Yeah.
But,
one or the other.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the plan is that when the Sarah Scotty is done, I will be able to store the stripper pole in it. And then it's also going to have like a bed and a bathroom and everything. And then I will take it and go on my comedy tours and get famous. Yeah.
Nice. It's good to have a plan like that.
Yeah.
Nicole, why do you look constipated? You're like just sitting there.
I'm just sitting there. I don't know what to tell you. Are you looking up at me? Because it looks like you're looking up at me right now.
Well, I'm looking straight at you now. I'm looking up there to see comments because I got the screen up top is where the people are.
Oh, I gotcha.
We're down here. The people are up there. And I thought I wasn't paying attention. All right, anyway.
That's all right.
So what else is happening? Is there anything, what else? Strip clubs are closed. We started talking about this earlier. The strip clubs are closed down there. Comedy clubs are closed down there. Comedy clubs are closed everywhere.
Well, so the Miami Improv is open, and then there's a couple of like small venues that are having a couple of little shows, which is what I did on Saturday.
And they're working at reduced capacities, right? Small crowds.
Yeah, everybody, it was a very spread out. And it was a relatively small venue in the first place. So, I'm sure that on a normal night when they can pack people in there, it's probably like a full crowd. But on Saturday night, it was like a very, very light, very spread out crowd. And then the strip clubs, they've been closed, and I guess they're planning a protest on February 19th in Fort Lauderdale. And the owner of my strip club messaged me and said, like, we'd really like for everybody to go out and join this protest because kind of really need this place to open back up.
Yeah. I don't know how strip clubs here in Tampa are doing. I'm too poor to go to them, so I don't. I know everything in New York is still closed.
Yeah. So I've been actually driving up to Daytona Beach once in a while to work there. There's a club that I really enjoy working at called Grandview Live. And they have been going through the whole thing of like they were open and then they got shut down because they weren't allowed to serve liquor, and then they had to apply for a food license, and now they can serve liquor with like $20 hot dogs. And yeah, so it's kind of concerning because I'm actually the only out of all the girls, I'm the only stripper that wears a mask and washes my hands and everything. Yeah, no one else customers and strippers. No one's wearing a mask. No one's like taking any kind of precautions in any way. And
Are they not enforcing that?
apparently they don't have to there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Daytona Beach is like a planet all on its own.
Mhm. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like you know, either not, no one's forcing me to do it and I'm still wearing a mask because I care about my life. Like I don't want to die. So
No, hang on. Let's get to the real reason. You just only feel like doing half your makeup.
no.
Saving money.
Actually, so like wearing the mask has taught me what it's like to be the ugly stripper. Like normally I don't get turned down. Like, you know, like what people are there to see. But then with the mask on, like sometimes they're like, no, you're freaking me out. And I'm like, it's like Daytona Beach.
Hang on. If a mask is freaking them out, I mean, I've been to a lot of strip clubs in my life, and at no point have I ever had to see this. I wasn't looking up here. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I think that a lot of them, like in Daytona Beach specifically, they're all Trump supporters. And so they are like the kind of people that don't think the virus is real. And
That's ridiculous. The one has literally nothing to do with the other.
yeah.
So yeah. I lost
Craziness.
I lost you guys. Oh, there you are.
What's that?
Oh, I thought I lost you guys, but I found you again. I'm back.
We're here. We didn't leave.
Hey.
Neither did you. Hey.
No.
Oh, there was something I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember what the hell it was. Today's just been a fucking weird day. It's a weird day.
I have one more thing. I applied for an internship with this organization called Unchained at Last. And it's this organization in America that's trying to ban child marriage in America. And there's only 4 states in America that ban child marriage. So
it blows my fucking mind that in 2020 we have to have a conversation about banning child marriage.
I know, it's weird. Yeah, the only 4 states that ban it are New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Minnesota.
Well, I mean, everything is banned in New Jersey, so that's not a surprise.
Yeah.
But now when they say child marriage, are they just referring to someone under the age of 18, or are we talking about like you can marry a 4-year-old in some of these states?
No, they're talking about like mostly teenagers as young as 13.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically the situation is like, you know, in a lot of these hick-ass Nebraska type places, they're, you know, like a 13-year-old gets pregnant from like a 40-year-old and then they force her to get married to him.
Goddamn inbred hillbillies.
For real.
No offense to any goddamn inbred hillbillies that are watching the show. Thank you for your support. You never know. I mean, like anything's possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. It really is.
So the internship that I applied for would have to do with rewriting legislation and then going to Washington, D.C. and presenting the legislation in front of like lawmakers. And I am really interested in doing that because I am really concerned about human trafficking. So.
And that's a valid thing to be concerned about.
Yeah.
Especially these days. I mean, shit. It's getting crazy.
It really is. Like, it's really bad.
So now, speaking of shady shit.
Yeah.
Did you guys happen to watch Dancing with the Stars last night with Carol Baskin?
I didn't watch it, but I heard about it.
I watched the clip. I can't sit through that whole show, but I had to watch the clip. And it wasn't a surprise that she danced to Eye of the Tiger.
Did she?
But, yeah. All right. I'll give you an idea on how it was. Christy, remember when you got me on the stripper pole and like how I'm kind of stiff, move like that was her.
Oh my God. That's
yeah.
So
it was like, it was almost like me in a dress with like a flowery fucking, it was, oh my God, it was so bad. So bad. But the best part of the whole thing was during that segment, Don Lewis, her missing husband's family, bought commercial time.
Yeah.
and they ran a commercial asking for information, about Don's disappearance. That
That's so funny.
was
There's a Roger. Have you seen the billboard up here of the
Yes.
same nature?
they have the same. It's the family put it up there, and they have like 4 or 5. All of them, they're all around Big Cat Rescue. They have like 4 or 5 different billboards.
Yeah.
We're getting a tour of Christy's apartment.
My dog has to take a dump, so
Nice. Get it on camera. We're gonna get
No.
some FUBAR dog shits.
no. Hopefully she knows. Siki, go to the bathroom.
I like that you also bring your cat outside with you sometimes.
Oh yeah, I really want. So now I live 25 feet from the ocean. I really want to bring her
Amazing.
down to like see the ocean.
She might run away.
No, I would hold her like the whole.
Oh, okay.
But I want to
Okay.
know what she thinks of it.
It's
kinda
it's
funny.
water. She's a cat. You know what she's gonna think about it.
I don't. I can't predict the future. It's considered a scientific experiment.
You'll take the cat down to the water and like kind of put her paws in it, and she'll just like go running into it. She'll be like, "Yes, I'm free," and she'll think she's a dolphin and go, "Ah," or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe it's possible.
Probably
Well,
wouldn't be the weirdest fucking thing to happen in 2020.
Siki, what the fuck? are you
Sup,
doing?
dog?
Go to the bathroom. Go.
Oh.
Go drop
Hi,
a
brown
deuce. Go unload the truck.
She's just standing there.
Go make the
Can I
Browns
hear
go
me?
to the Super Bowl. And I don't mean that as an
Hi.
Odell Beckham Jr. reference.
Hi, baby. Hi, puppy dog. Hi, puppy dog.
No, you got to speak
Hey,
his
good-
language.
hey, good puppy.
Woof.
Go
See, he looked over. Woof. Woof. Woof.
Okay.
Bork. Bork.
Listen,
Bork.
my
Bork.
dog thinks I'm talking to her, so I'm gonna shut up now. She's
Aw.
getting grumpy.
That's funny.
What are the dogs' names?
The little one is Buka, and the big one is Siki.
Buka and Siki.
Yeah.
Hey, Siki, go poops. Go make the peeps and the poops.
I swear she just wants to waste my time.
Yeah. I just want to go outside and get some fresh air.
Pretty much. That's fine though. Whatever.
Who cares?
Yeah. Tonight
Fine.
was $17 lobster night on the beach.
What? Were they good lobsters, though?
Yeah, it's good lobster.
Like Maine like cold water lobsters, or
Yeah, it was Maine lobster.
shit? I'm gonna drive down there for $17 lobsters. Hell,
Come on down. You can sleep on my couch.
is it big enough to fit me? Or,
Yes.
I'll cuddle up with the dogs.
Okay, that sounds good.
Nicole, what's up?
How
Nicole,
much? You want to hear a Florida man story?
yes, I want to hear what Florida man did.
Florida man has been getting freaky at the library.
I mean,
I
he
mean,
just
what
wanted.
else is
Hey,
new?
he just wanted his penis to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. That's it. Literally,
No.
he wanted it in the Guinness Book of World Records.
I'm sorry.
Ow.
Florida man suspected of smelling woman's feet at library leads police on scooter chase.
Okay, I got a couple questions on this one. Like, suspected of, like, how do you hide that? Like, they're not sure? I mean, like,
Police say that they have arrested a man several days after a complaint someone was spotted crawling under the library tables and smelling a woman's feet at Florida International University. Miami-Dade
Hey, you know.
police say a 52-year-old Eddie Juan was arrested on Tuesday and charged with violation of sexual offender registration, fleeing and eluding, a reckless driving, aggravated assault, violence. FIU police had previously released. So you know what? This was on my college campus library.
yeah.
FIU police say that previously released a notice warning to students that a man was spotted under a table at a campus library on August 29th, along with a description and photos. Authorities say a man matching that description was spotted Tuesday on a scooter miles from the campus. Officer attempted to traffic stop him, but say that he fled. Eventually,
Now was it a
crashed and was
motor?
arrested.
Was it like a motor scooter, like a Vespa or a Yamaha, or was it like one of them electric city scooters, or was this jabroni fucking tooling around on a fucking razor? doing some sweet flips.
Well,
and
for
stuff.
starters, they don't have the electric scooter razors in South Florida because they're behind the times, from what I understand. No, but
Makes sense.
I assume it was not a razor. I'm pretty sure it was a motor scooter like that you sit on.
Okay.
He was not doing kick flips on his razor around college campus, unfortunately.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
The thing that
yeah,
gets me
there
is
you
it was like it's a 52-year-old man hanging out in a college library sniffing women's feet.
Do you ever notice how it's always in Miami?
I mean,
It's always in Florida because, I mean, whatever. I mean,
I feel like really, really crazy
course,
shit
of course it
happens,
is.
like specifically in South Florida.
there's no place like South Florida. There's no
Nicole
Like,
kind of frozy.
Yeah, people in Tampa
Oh,
are like
sorry.
a little more tame, I think.
Well, Tampa, yes, but you got to remember we're not too far from Plant City. We're not too far from Newport Richey, which is where shit
Zephyr
gets
Hills.
Zephyr Hills, Dades, like those towns around
Yeah.
Tampa, like can get really fucking weird. Like
Yeah.
Meth is a hell of a drug, is kind of what I'm getting at, you know.
Yeah. Don't do drugs, kid.
That's right. Drugs are bad.
Not worth it.
So was
That's
that the only
drugs.
Florida man story you had, Nicole Elio?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
For some reason, the story about the man who was baking cookies naked on his George Foreman keeps popping up for the past like 3 weeks. I guess that was a really popular story.
I guess, or the cookies came out delicious. Who knows?
I got some birthdays.
Okay, happy birthday, people.
Marco,
Polo.
it's his birthday today.
Really?
Yeah. The late explorer Marco Polo, who died in 1324.
That was a couple years ago.
Yeah. Let's see who we got real quick. Dun, 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 dun. Tommy Lee Jones.
Nice.
Agatha Christie,
Nice literary
the
history.
writer. Dogman.
Yes.
Dogman YouTube star. Let's see
I don't know
what
the
else.
fuck
Dan
that is.
Marino.
Hey, South Florida legend.
Nipsey Russell. And
Nipsey Russell and Nipsey Hussle.
And that's it. That's all I got for birthdays. So,
Okay, happy birthday then, peoples.
yes.
Speaking of landmarks and anniversaries, my 17-year anniversary was this past Sunday.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. If I committed manslaughter, I'd have been out 2 years ago.
Oh no.
You know what? Somebody posted this, and the secret to a long marriage is leaving each other sweet love notes. Like my wife left one for me that said, "I could have smothered you with a fucking pillow last night, but I didn't. I love you."
That's nice.
I'm too large to smother with a pillow. You really big fucking pillow. Hang on. Keep getting work texts. Apparently day job calls on occasion. So what else? What else is going on in your lives?
I am going apple picking on October 3rd.
There's a place they grow apples in Florida?
No, I'm flying to New York to do this.
All right. I was gonna say. Where are you going apple picking? You know yet?
I haven't picked the specific orchard, but I'm gonna fly into LaGuardia and then like stay in the city Friday night, do some networking and stuff that I have to do. Get up early, get bagels, and then take the train out to Jersey, and then go apple picking, and then I've got like some doctor's appointments and stuff. Oh, this has nothing to do with what I'm telling you right now. I have narcolepsy. Bless you.
Thank you.
Spiritu Sancte.
Okay. I have narcolepsy. It's like a neurological sleep disorder where I can't control my circadian rhythm, randomly fall asleep, and I have cataplexy, which is a sudden loss of muscle control. And also, just so that you know, Jimmy Kimmel, Ron Jeremy, and Harriet Tubman all have or had narcolepsy. And
now with the cataplexy, you say you lose muscle control. Is that like your body just goes like completely limp, or like tightens up or loosens up?
Like my legs give out from under me, so I fall down a lot. Yeah. But so I agreed to be in my first ever clinical research trial because I would really like for there to be a cure for narcolepsy. And so I went a couple weeks ago and I had a sleep study and I had to be off my medication for 2 weeks. And being off my medication made me remember like how much I want to die when I'm off medication. So it was really bad. But then
You feeling better now though?
Yeah, now I'm back on my medication, so I feel good. But so I had a sleep study, and then like a few days later they called me and they were like, "You are a lot more narcoleptic than we thought you would be." And I was like, "Thanks." And they were like, "You are in the study." And I was like, "Okay." So they said that I can keep taking my medication until I'm going into their office on September 21st. And then like I sign paperwork to officially be in the study. And then I have to be off my medication for 2 weeks again. So it'll be bad again. And then that'll actually be like right around when I go apple picking. Great.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. But then after that, they'll they start the clinical trial, but the thing is I might get sugar pills like placebo, or I might get the new drug that they're trying. And if I get the placebo, like I really do have narcolepsy, I'm gonna know within like 24 hours if I'm not on medication. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that I get the actual medication. But then the clinical trial is like really long. It's like 6 months long. So
I'm being bad tonight, not paying attention to viewer comments.
Sorry.
But well, sick twisty shit or sick twist shit said, let's not imply some college women's feet don't smell pretty great. I guess implying that college women have stinky feet. I'm sure anybody
no, they
has
smell good.
Feet. Oh,
they smell good.
Oh, okay. That yes, I don't know. And Allie C says, or All C says, check out the law California just passed.
I think Al C is our guest from last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the law. He's talking about the law that California just passed, and it's they passed a law in California. I got to remember, see if I can remember this correctly. People were misnaming or misdescribing what the law specifically states. I think it's, oh, Jesus Christ, I got to look it up because basically what everybody was saying it was is not what it is. The whole intent behind the law, the way the law currently states is it was to lessen the penalty in the case of having like an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old having sex. Mm-hmm. It's that's not, I mean, it's still illegal because 17 is below the age of consent, but the penalty is obviously or should be different, because I remember when I was 17, matter of fact, the girl I had sex with when I was 17 was a few years older than 18. Excuse me. The way the law currently is, if it's a homosexual relationship, then it like the penalty is like a hell of a lot more severe than if it was a heterosexual relationship. So that's what they changed. And people were misreading the law and misquoting the law, basically saying pedophilia is now legal in California. What's up, kitty cat?
Hey,
she's about it.
She looks like she'd rather be doing anything but sitting there getting snuggled on right now. No, and then the minute you put her down, she'll be like, touch me, give me pets.
No, look, she's a Kittler. She's a cat that looks like Hitler.
Shit. Holy shit.
She's Kittler.
She's got the parted hair and the holy crap.
Yeah, my favorite website.
Acting like a Nazi.
My favorite website on the internet is www.catsthatlooklikehitler.com.
Did you post a picture of her on there?
I did not.
Shut up.
Okay, yeah, back to the pedophile thing in California. People are dumb. you know.
Well, that goes without saying. I mean, this whole, whatever your beliefs are with this whole coronavirus thing, the most dangerous part of it all is the stupidity of people.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the most dangerous thing right now at all in no matter what you look at is the stupidity of people, especially people in large groups.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really startling how like they feed off one another too.
Will you inform your stewardesses on your flight of your narcolepsy since you'll be off your meds?
Yeah, I have to. I have to like tell the airlines because I
Really?
can't be walking through the airport and like falling down and stuff. Otherwise, they're not gonna like let me on the plane. So
Yeah.
basically, as soon as I get into the airport, I have to be in a wheelchair. And it's like really embarrassing because obviously I look like a normal, healthy person with 4 working limbs. So like people don't think that I'm disabled, but
Because
have
people
this,
are
like,
fucking stupid.
people are so fucking stupid. It's happened to me. One time my brother was graduating college and I wasn't on medication and I had to sit in the disabled section and this old lady tried to start yelling at me like, this is only for disabled people. And it was the only time in my whole life that my sisters ever stood up for me. My sister was like, she is disabled, you stupid bitch. And I was like, so
See, again, stupid people.
the other good thing is through all of this, I'm going to get one of those handicap placard things for the car.
When
Nice.
you're traveling or when you're like out and you're not around your car, do you have some sort of like medical alert bracelet or something like that? Something like on your person that can like
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I don't. And I've been urged to wear one, but like, dude, it's so embarrassing. Like I don't,
yeah.
I'm like pretty open. Like I don't mind telling people that I have narcolepsy, but like, I don't want to wear a bracelet.
Well, I'm saying like if you're ever out somewhere where you're not like around people and something were to happen, like how would the people around you know that you're not just like fainting randomly?
Yeah. They don't. I mean,
Okay.
I've been
You
on
just kind of work with it.
Yeah, I've been on medication for like a pretty good while now, and when I'm on medication, I'm pretty good. Like it would be very, very, very rare that I had cataplexy or fell asleep or anything. Off medication, it happens like nonstop though. So
Wow.
yeah, being narcoleptic is really weird.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. I have like ridiculously vivid dreams all the time. And then this has like been a long-term issue in my life. I sometimes my dreams are so vivid that I'm not sure whether or not they really happened. So
Wow.
I'll like say to my friends, like, don't you remember that time we went to Six Flags or like something like that? And my friends will be like, we never did that. And I'm like, yeah, I remember it. And you were wearing yellow and we were doing this and we were eating that. And they were like, that never happened. And so it's like for a lot of different circumstances in life, I dream about something and then I'm not sure whether or not it happened.
Wow.
Have you ever had any experiences with sleep paralysis or anything like that?
Yeah, sleep paralysis is a big part of narcolepsy.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. I also have hypnopompic dreams. And so like narcolepsy is a degenerative disease, and what causes it is uh sorry, hypocretin cells rapidly dying in the hypothalamus area of your brain. And so as you get older, more and more of these hypocretin cells die off. So a lot of people start having narcolepsy in their teenage years, but then they don't get diagnosed until like their early 20s when they're in college, and it starts to get harder and harder for them, which is basically exactly what happened to me. When I was like 12, 13, 14, something was definitely wrong, but like it wasn't that bad. But then by the time I was like 19, it was totally out of control. And so like long story short, I fell asleep in front of a saw and my finger went through the saw, and then it was like squirting out blood like a water fountain, and then I had to get rushed to the emergency room, and I was in the hospital. And then I was watching the Discovery Health channel at 4:30 in the morning, and this doctor named Dr. Orrin Davinsky diagnosed this girl with something called Klein-Levin syndrome, and I was like, that's what's wrong with me. And I was like shouting at the top of my lungs, like, that's what's wrong with me. And so then I made it a point to go and see that doctor, Dr. Davinsky. And, you know, he's like famous and he's the head of the NYU Epilepsy and Neurology Center. So it took a couple weeks to get in to see him. And then finally I had the appointment and I was like, I saw you on TV. I definitely have Klein-Levin syndrome. So then he did all the sleep studies and nap tests and everything. And when it came back, he's like, you have a really severe case of narcolepsy. And so that's like when I officially got diagnosed. And then since then, I've had 3 other times in my life that I like had to have a sleep study and get re-diagnosed. And every single time they're like, definitively narcolepsy. So there's no question about whether or not I have it. But probably when I was like 21-ish, I started hallucinating a lot. And my best friend, she's a doctor of psychology. And I remember calling her and I was freaking out and I was like, dude, I have schizophrenia. Like, and she's like, what? No, you don't. And I was like, yes, I do. I'm hallucinating and I'm seeing all this shit and I'm hearing things. And she's like, I've known you our whole lives. You don't have schizophrenia. And so then I went back to another neurologist and they diagnosed hypnopompic dreams. So I'm awake, but my brain sees a dream and it's like playing out in front of me. So I'll see like 2 people fighting that aren't there. Or like one time I was driving and it was a road that I'd driven on a million times that I knew was a straight road. And then all of a sudden the road split off in 2 different directions and I had to slam on the brakes, but it didn't. Like it was just a hallucination. So
now the you know, you keep talking about the meds they have you on. From what you've described in the past, you're on the date rape drug is what they're treating you with.
Yeah, so one of the drugs is Xyrem, which is prescription GHB, which is the date rape drug. And that one is the main one that really, really helps me. I don't know why it works or anything, but I take it at night and then it works. But recently I started sleepwalking and that's embarrassing. People have taken videos of me sleepwalking. So scary.
You're right over there, Nicole?
Yeah, sorry. I'm good. I'm back. Hello. There was a magazine that fell on the floor and it was making my chair slide. But here we are.
Yeah. So then the other 2 medications that I'm on are Vyvanse and Adderall, and all 3 together like pretty much really, really help me. But now I am going to sacrifice myself to be part of this clinical research trial to hopefully find a better drug.
Yeah, hopefully it works out.
Yeah.
Definitely seems like a rough thing to have to deal with and on a daily basis.
Yeah. I think the worst part, in my opinion, is like, you know, if something were like physically, like if you could look at me and be like, oh, she doesn't have a leg or whatever, I feel like in society in general, people would be like more willing to help me. But when I'm like nodding out in a public place, they're just like, look at that drug addict. Like, you know, like people aren't receptive.
They don't understand.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I just had another thought and it escaped me. Goddamn day job, keep fucking up my shit.
I'm sorry.
That's her. Why are you sorry? It's them.
Yeah.
Asking me stupid questions. You know?
Frustrating.
Actually, I keep telling them there's no such thing as a stupid question, just stupid people who ask questions.
Yeah.
It works.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah.
What'd you have for dinner today?
I went completely healthy today and I made hot dogs.
Nice.
That's not healthy.
Yeah, I know. No, Tuesday nights are usually screwy anyway because I especially now my wife's car is still out of service. I got to take her to and from work, so I got to drive all the way out to St. Pete, pick her up, bring her back. If we were doing the show at the office, I would have to turn around, drive all the way back. I cook dinner almost every night because I'm home almost every day. So Tuesdays I usually do something quick and easy and terrible like hot dogs.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well,
What'd you do?
me?
Well, Nicole first, and then Christy.
I had a turkey and cheese wrap that I made.
Sounds
But-
delicious.
It's a National Cheese Toast Day.
Ooh, wait, cheese toast, is that different than a grilled cheese?
Maybe it's just like cheese spread on toast.
Okay.
Do you
I'm
know what
down
I
with
tried?
that.
You know, I tried the other day. I had some pancakes and I wanted to try to see if I didn't have any syrup, so I wanted to see if cream cheese on top of pancakes would taste good. It doesn't not taste good. It just doesn't go together.
Like cream cheese on top of pancakes. Maybe if you put some sort of a fruit with it, you know what I mean? Like strawberries or blueberries.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Of course it's a good idea. I'm fat. I know it's good. Christy, what'd you make for
Okay.
dinner?
It was $17 lobster night.
Oh, that's right. Duh.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, it was good. Good lobster.
See, she's eating lobster and I'm shoving wieners in my mouth. I mean, come on. I like hot dogs, though. It's weird.
I like hot dogs too.
Tuesdays. Tuesday's the best night of the week.
Now, is it a restaurant down there that or is it just like a food truck?
No, it's a restaurant like right on the beach, so it's not very far from where I live. I just walk there
Nice.
every Tuesday.
Now I want I made lobster roll sandwiches for lunch on Sunday.
Oh, that sounds good.
They were good. I haven't had a lobster roll in a long time.
Nice.
I like to eat.
Me too.
Probably why I'm fucking fat.
Oh no.
But I like to eat everything that's like horrible for you, like things laden with butter, and I mean they taste good. They're
Yeah.
good for the soul, not so good for the heart.
Mm. The last couple of days I made some like comedy skits with some Instagram famous people. That was
Nice.
fun. Yeah. I got like another 2,500 followers on Instagram from that.
Damn.
That's good.
Yeah, it was good.
But that's one of the things I want to. Your interpretation of 6ix9ine is too fucking close to the original.
I love him. He's the fucking funniest person alive. I swear to God.
As soon as I saw you doing that, I'm like, holy shit. I mean, like you went fucking all out.
He's so funny. I really I think that people underestimate his genius.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought he was just a circus clown.
I don't think so. I think he's actually, are you a millionaire?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Just because I haven't robbed the right bank. kidding.
And he figured out that the rest of us did not. So
True. That's true. I mean, I guess he's doing something right if he's getting that kind of success.
yeah.
But you also wonder how much of the success is reliant just on the gimmick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but is my act a gimmick?
No.
That's his act. Like that's what he
Probably most of it.
What do you mean?
So something that I've found, I'm not in no way, shape, or form indicating that I'm famous, but as I've become popular, people have weird opinions about me, and sometimes people send me weird hate mail, and they're like, "You're the most selfish person alive, and you're such a bitch," and they have this. I'm like, you don't know anything about me. That's not who I am at all. And
Let
I think
him be angry then. Fuck him.
oh no, I don't respond to them. I don't care. But I think it's the same with 6ix9ine, the same with Beyonce, the same with Ellen DeGeneres, all those people. They're just people. And
Well, if you don't have people that are hating you, then you're not doing it right.
yeah, absolutely.
Seriously.
Mhm.
Haters make the world go round.
Yeah.
And I guess the more haters you have, the better you are.
Yeah.
Unless you're just really a fucking horrible person, which you're not.
Yeah.
But those people exist. Like the fucking Kardashians. Fuck them.
I've always heard it said that if somebody's talking behind your back, it just means you're ahead of them.
Aw, that's a good one.
See, the way I say it doesn't matter if they're talking good or bad about you, as long as they're fucking talking about you.
Yeah,
That's what I said. That's what I said earlier when you were talking about, you were hoping to have a Netflix deal this year. Keep your name in their heads. Keep reminding them that you exist, and eventually, they're gonna bite.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
I haven't like in any way given up. I just think that the game is like slightly off kilter right now, and so
it's not off kilter right now. It's in a fucking fiery. It's a dumpster fire tailspin with every kind of weird shit you can imagine stacked on top.
Yeah.
Christy, can you talk to us about some of those like short films that you've been doing on Instagram and stuff like that?
Yeah. So a long time ago, I knew this guy who I would make skits with, who was like Instagram famous. And then he kind of started helping me gain more and more followers. And then through him, I met this girl who's Instagram famous. And she like really took me under her wing and taught me how to become Instagram famous. And then we made a video together that got put on World Star. And then like overnight, I got 10,000 more followers. So then my account was up to like 16,000 followers.
Was that the video of you at the pole in the park in the city?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then like shortly after, like literally a day after that, I was arguing with some prostitutes on Instagram, which you're not supposed to do when you have a big account. Like you can't engage with any of those kind of people, because then basically Instagram is run by robots, and if enough people report your account fast enough, then your account will get deleted whether or not you did anything wrong. So what happened was this account had posted a meme that was like the face you make after the first time you get paid to fuck. And under it, all I wrote was can't relate. That's it. I didn't say like, ew, you're disgusting. I didn't say anything else. I just said can't relate. And then all these feminist stripper prostitute accounts like responded under that, and they were like, you're whorephobic and you hate your own kind and you're a whore too and everyone thinks you're a whore, like, and I'm like, I don't care what everybody thinks. I'm not getting paid to suck dick. Like I'm not doing that. So anyway, they like mass reported my account and my account got deleted. And it was really shitty because I worked really hard for that. And then also, like I didn't make fun of anyone. I didn't bash anyone. Like I didn't say, all I said was literally just said can't relate. And they're the ones who were admitting to illegal behavior. So then I started a new Instagram, and I've been like more cautious about what content I'm putting up and everything. But through knowing that one Instagram famous girl, this Instagram famous guy named Mike Ruga reached out to me, and he is like, I'm down in Florida, let's make some skits. So I did with him, and from him I got like 1,500 followers. And then he's friends with this other guy named Chink Capone, who is Instagram famous. And then I went down to like this apartment and I made skits with Chink Capone. And I got like another 1,000 followers from that. And they're still coming. Like I'm still getting a couple hundred each day.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's, it was a good little jump start to get myself back over 10,000, because once you're over 10,000, the algorithm gets a lot easier to gain followers, but getting to 10,000 is the problem. So, it's just like kind of a hustle. And luckily, like I'm friends with a couple other people who are Instagram famous. So I just got to work with them, make some more skits, and then I should be good to go.
Just keep plugging.
Yeah.
Nicole, I see Sharky. See, this is kind of a problem. So
Yeah,
Christy, you had your cat. Nicole's got her cat. I don't have a cat, so we're gonna do this.
You know what you should do? Roger.
Yes.
Meow.
You should get a cat.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, let's think about this. Yeah.
Can I
You
eat
need
it?
You need a boy cat.
I need a boy cat.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, and this is what we don't have any pets, and we don't. Well, the reason why is on a normal basis when there's no COVID, both my wife, I travel a lot. There are times when we have to not be home for several days.
Which cats will be fine with. They can just live by themselves for several days.
Yeah, but it's still a concern that you got to make sure you feed it and give it water, and
You can get
live things need these things.
You can get one of those electric feeders, and then it's like in a circle, and it times it, so every day it gives it the right amount of food.
Yeah, but knowing my luck, the thing will fucking jam up, and the cat will go crazy, and I'll come home to a fucking dead cat on my pillow. No thanks.
No, you can just like leave a big bowl of food out.
Yeah. I don't think it's right to the animal.
You need a cat, Roger.
No.
Forcing a cat to live in a pound. And you could
You're forcing a cat to live. You're forcing a cat to live with me.
The arms of a Christy.
And before you go any further, I happen to be a big fan of Chinese food, so that cat may not have a good time.
Oh no.
Well, I'm gonna have a good time, but
No.
No, I don't. It's not my thing.
Think about how happy your kids would be.
Here's the thing. My kids, we used to have a rabbit. We used to have a Rex rabbit, beautiful chocolate brown Rex rabbit.
Yeah.
And the kid, we're gonna take care of it.
What?
You know who took care of the fucking rabbit?
Well, obviously,
you know who doesn't have time to take care of a fucking rabbit?
Cats are easier than rabbits.
That's true. Both are delicious, though. Hey, the cuter the critter, the sweeter the meat.
No.
When you get a cat, there's a couple of recipes.
What?
Did the cat just look at the screen froze? The screen froze on Nicole. It looked like the cat farted in her face.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
That was awesome. That was awesome, Nicole. Yeah.
Am I back
cat,
now?
Yeah, you're back. Yeah, the cat would definitely be better off in the pound than living here. Because my kids are just they're assholes. I love them. They're sweet. They're assholes.
Oh. Well,
Maddie Collins says hello.
Hello, Roger. Hello, Nicole Olio. Hello, person I don't know. Maddie Collins from Brisbane, Australia. Maddie, this is Christy Monroe, the stripper comedian, the one, the only, often imitated, never duplicated Christy Monroe.
hello. Nice to meet you.
I don't know if he's still watching. That was a while ago he put that up.
Oh.
Nicole, your mom said yogurt tastes good with pancakes. I could see that.
I like honey on pancakes.
I do too.
Ooh,
I do
yes. Honey instead of syrup. I like that.
Yeah, I don't like syrup that much.
I like real syrup. Not
If I have
fake
honey, I
stuff.
Yeah, I like
that.
Honey and some blueberries.
Girl, yeah. Yes.
Blueberries are one of my favorite foods.
You just described my ideal pancake.
Yeah. Have you ever had the blueberry pancakes from Cracker Barrel?
Yes.
No.
They're good.
Unbelievable.
What?
They are good.
They're a heart attack on a plate, but they're so good.
As long as you don't eat it every day, it's fine.
Yeah. Look
The
what
occasional.
my landlord brought me. My landlord brought me dragon fruit.
Ooh, those are good.
Yes.
Yeah. He really likes me for some unknown reason. And he like clearly favors me over the other tenants in the building.
What's a good thing?
So he brought me dragon fruit, but he didn't bring anyone else dragon fruit. He also called me today and he was like, hey, listen, if you would like to do some gardening outside, I'll give you money for all the plants. I was like,
Damn.
okay, thank you.
Are there limits on what you can grow?
No.
Plant an orange orchard out there.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I was
Why not?
thinking about planting a lemon tree. I eat a lot of lemons, so.
That would be good. Or a
Yeah.
banana tree. Problem with the banana tree, it takes forever to fruit.
Yeah. I don't think
There's
I'm
a-
going to live here that long.
All right, lemons it is.
Yeah.
I love lemons.
Yeah. I'm going to live in the Sarascati soon.
Traveling it
Nice.
around.
Yeah. I'm really excited about it.
I'm gonna get you a small plant for your trailer, like
Okay.
a plant that can live inside.
Yeah. I'm gonna build a catio It's a cat patio for cat, and then it'll attach to the outside of the trailer.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Christy,
Yes.
where do you have shows booked coming up? Besides, you got that. So you have one coming up, don't you?
Yeah, so I'm actually meeting with this girl tomorrow for lunch, and then we're going to discuss. I'm probably going to do a show once a week with her.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I guess they have a really big show coming up in October. Nicole, if you want in on that, we can talk about that. Sorry, Roger, you're not the right gender.
Hey! You know what? I got some nice titties, okay? And I have some experience on a pole. Not much, and it was awful, but
Yeah.
It's on video.
Yeah.
it is. It
It
is.
is.
There is nothing in this world that is more disgusting than me trying to twerk on all fours. That was just
No, that was amazing.
that was so
I
fucking
had
terrible.
such a great time. That was a really great show.
Oh, it was fun, but it was, doesn't mean it wasn't a train wreck. I mean, I'm talking about me being, I was like, your part of the show was fucking great. Me
Hey.
trying to pole dance and twerk was a fucking train wreck.
No,
It was so worth it, though.
I thought it was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way: I would do it again.
Oh, that's good.
But no offense taken. I'm not much of a burlesque performer
Yeah.
or dancer. Or
Yeah.
if you need dick jokes, though, I'm right there. I got you covered.
Okay.
Take care of you on that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and when I have the shows booked, they'll all be on my website, which is strippercomedy.com.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you're making moves and doing stuff.
I'm working on it. I'm trying.
Have
Sometimes-
you done any online shows during all of this?
I did it one time and it was so awkward, and I will never do that again. And, in all honesty, there are better uses of my time. And I think that, like, the whole online show thing, I understand why people want to do it, but it's never going to be the same as.
I thought about it, and I got asked to do one, and I turned it down mainly because part of performing, to me, it's not just telling jokes. I mean, I could sit here on this show and tell jokes. I could sit in my room by myself and tell jokes, but having that live audience reaction to the, I without that, there's no point in telling the jokes to an online audience without that feedback. I need that. That's why I'm in it, is for that feedback.
Yeah. So that's why I've been spending a lot more of my time making comedy skits and writing books and, like, doing other things, because, stand-up comedy, while it is one of my favorite creative outlets, it's not my only creative outlet. So I think that the people that are obsessively doing these Zoom shows, it's because they aren't branching out and trying anything else, and then they're really backing themselves into a corner, because those Zoom shows are worthless. Like, you're not going to make yourself better by doing Zoom shows.
Nope. No, and the exposure level, it's not like you're doing it in front of a room full of or individual, bookers, talent agents, and casting directors. You're doing it for the other 5 people that are on the show and no one else.
Yeah.
It's not like they're drawing an audience.
Yeah, and those 5 people are, like, barely paying attention anyway. So
Exactly. Now there is a guy, I forget who it is running this thing called Nowhere Comedy Club. And I don't know if he's doing it through Zoom or what he's doing. Vic DiBattista is doing a couple of the shows where you can actually hear the audience. You can't see them, but you can hear them. So you're getting instant feedback. You're hearing them laugh and chatter, and it's working for them, but it's not something everybody's going to hook up.
Yeah. I mean,
for your act, you need a live audience. There's no way to make it. It would look so stiff, and you need that crowd vibe. Same thing with mine. I need that crowd vibe.
Yeah. Different strokes for different folks. If that's working
Exactly.
for people, go ahead, but I'm not going to waste my time doing that.
Oh, Jesus. Maddie says, I found out recently that Cracker Barrel is a restaurant and not a bunch of cousins in a cheap hot tub in Alabama. That's true. That is
Wait,
true.
he's from Australia?
Yeah, Brisbane, Australia.
Nice. I want to come to Australia.
Me too.
Yeah.
The land down under where everything's upside down.
Yeah. It's winter there right now.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it? It's like, if you think about it.
Well, I mean, I guess it's the same thing. Like, it's Christmas is summertime there. And you just think, oh,
go ahead.
yeah. You know, Christmas being summertime there, but moving to Florida from New York, it's so fucking weird being able to go swimming on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Like,
I was just having like a weird conversation with a bunch of people from California, and I was telling them that for Halloween in New York, you have to wear like a winter coat and long pants, and then you're in this dilemma. Do you put your costume over it? Do you wear your coat over your costume and then you can't see the costume? And like they were like, in California, that's not a thing. Like it's warm there, so you just wear your costume and live your life. In New York, it's like 20 degrees at that point.
Well, actually, in New York, it's either going to be 20 degrees or 80 degrees, or it's going to be 80 degrees until about 4 or 5 p.m. and then it's going to get to 20 degrees. Yeah.
Yeah. The weather there is really insane. One of my classes, sorry.
No, it's all right then.
One of my classes that I'm taking this semester is meteorology. My major is psychology, but I needed another science class and I didn't want to take any of the normal science classes. So I took meteorology.
Wait, so there's actually a science behind it? They don't just fucking guess?
No, there's I mean, it's like a loose.
No, I know.
But so my teacher had asked all of us to ask like a question, and my question was about Operation Popeye. And Operation Popeye is a conspiracy theory that the United States government seeded the clouds in Vietnam during the Vietnam War to prolong the monsoon season. And then shortly after the Vietnam War ended, the United Nations passed a convention where governments are not allowed to seed clouds anymore. But then from 1963 to like 1984, our government did Project Storm Fury, which was Sorry. She's such a bad cat. So she was like eating my leather backpack that cost $70.
Damn Nazi cats.
Seriously. So Operation Storm Fury was this thing, and it is a real thing. It's not made up, and it's not a conspiracy theory. It really happened, where the government was flying planes into hurricanes and then seeding the clouds with like this iodine powder to break up the clouds, to stop hurricanes from being able to form. And it was like kind of working, but kind of not. But then there was this major blunder where there was like a hurricane that was headed out to sea and they seeded it incorrectly. And then it came back and it smacked into Savannah, Georgia, and like obliterated Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, shit.
So then they canceled Project Storm Fury. And I'm like, what? No, you should not have canceled that. That's a brilliant thing. We should still be doing that. Like, why are we not doing that anymore? So I've been learning a lot about that lately.
Well, when your experiment kind of destroys an entire city, you may want to rethink your approach.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine if they had perfected that by the time Katrina happened.
What do you think about chemtrails, excuse me.
Chemtrails? I don't know enough about chemtrails to have an educated opinion.
Well, the only reason I'm asking is because they think that I was gonna say there's some people who believe that they kind of like they're doing like weather engineering, like kind of manipulate the weather in different ways.
Yeah,
I think they are. And I also think that the weather in the Northeast region of the United States is under bioterrorism attack, because, Roger's from up there. Look, seriously, 30 years ago, it was not like what it is now. Like now it rains nonstop. The winters are insane. There's like 70-mile-an-hour winds and it's like negative 40 degrees. Winter's lasting like 9 months. Like the weather is insane up there now. And so, this whole theory that China or North Korea or like some other major government could be fucking with the weather that is destroying our property value, damaging our economy, damaging our ability to grow agriculture. Like, I really think that World War III has started and that that's one of the major things that they're doing.
See, I'll definitely agree that the weather has gotten screwier up there. You know, obviously global warming is a thing no matter what anybody says. However, global warming's been a thing since the end of the last ice age. It's kind of how it works. We're just kind of accelerating it. As far as chemtrails go, knowing what I know about airplanes and physics and engineering and humidity, moisture, pressure, temperature, chemtrails are not chemtrails. They are condensation. You're not going to get the government to get commercial airliners to spray shit. That's just not going to happen.
I mean, if anything, it's happening like in some other way.
Yeah.
You know, I think that there's a lot of things that go on behind the curtain that we don't see, or, you know, you have to be paying really close attention to see it.
The minute you try and think, oh, the government would never do anything to hurt the people, that's the minute you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, I think the government's doing all kinds of things that are destroying.
If you're someone that believes that the government will never fucking harm us, I want you to look up two things. One, Project MK Ultra. Number two, the Tuskegee syphilis experiments. Look up those two things and then go fuck yourself with a cactus.
Yeah, no, I'm in complete agreement about that. You know, I read something recently that was really sad, and it was basically saying that if Black people want the government to treat them more fairly, then they need to start buying health or life insurance, because the reason that the government protects white people is because we have life insurance. So the insurance company lobbies to keep us safe because they don't want to have to pay out huge insurance policies, but Black people don't get life insurance.
Life insurance, whether whether you're protected or not, eventually it's going to pay out because eventually you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a fact. That's a fact of it. You know, I don't necessarily know if that's true. I have a pretty good knowledge of the life insurance industry and how it works. That one, I don't think so. But you know,
you don't think that insurance companies are probably one of the biggest swayers of our laws behind the scenes?
They are.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They absolutely are. But the one thing everyone
sway laws in favor of people that aren't paying them.
Well, they're not, because they want to sway laws to get people to continue to pay. What everyone forgets about insurance and insurance companies, it goes back to the whole Obamacare thing, where, insurance companies are the devil. They are the worst thing ever. So we're going to get a guy who ran insurance companies his whole life to write this law. That doesn't make sense. Insurance companies don't give a shit. The only thing an insurance company cares about, they care about two things. One, collecting premiums. Two, not paying out on claims. Insurance companies are businesses. They are companies. They exist to make money for their stockholders, shareholders, and fund participants. So all the insurance companies give a shit about is collecting premiums and making sure that the people that are paying premiums are protected. It's not about not paying out.
That's why I'm saying that as a whole, African-American people do not buy life insurance at the same level that white Americans are buying life insurance. So as a result, the laws are reflecting that, where our laws are not protecting African Americans because they're not paying out to those insurance companies.
I don't think they have that much sway to influence it that much, but I definitely see the point.
I disagree. I think that our whole entire government is run by corporations, and what's in the best interest of the owners of the biggest corporations, Marlboro, Kraft,
the biggest
pharmaceutical companies,
that right there, that's the biggest fucking problem.
That's who's making our laws. It doesn't have to do with what's in our best interest. It has to do with what's in their best interests.
The pharmaceutical companies are the absolute worst. Why is it that in the United States, one particular drug costs how many thousands of dollars per pill? But you go to Europe.
My Xyrem costs $3,000 a bottle.
I'm on a drug called Otezla. One bottle of Otezla is about $3,000 for a 30-day supply.
Crazy.
But if you go to Europe, they're paying a fraction of that. Yeah. Why is it so much more expensive here? Do you know, how many times have you been watching TV, open up a magazine, a newspaper, and you see an advertisement for a prescription drug? You can't in Europe, that's illegal. They can't market prescription pharmaceuticals to consumers.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't be
But they
doing
do it
that.
here. Why is that? You know,
They shouldn't be.
I'm well convinced that a cure for cancer absolutely exists. And it's been so fucking far buried, no one's ever going to find it. Why? Because there's no money to be made in curing it. The
Yeah.
money is in the treatment.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
think
it's-
there's a cure for AIDS. I think there's probably a cure for lots of different things, but
They don't make money if they cure it. If they get rid of the disease, you know, they're not going to make them money. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we could talk on that for fucking hours and hours and hours about how, you know, big companies fuck over everybody.
yeah.
And how the government fucks over everybody. The minute you believe that the politicians care about you, no matter what party they belong to, they don't
Yeah.
give a fuck about you. They just care about getting reelected and stuffing their fucking campaign.
Yeah. And it's I mean, the problems run so deep. Like, so one of the biggest ones that I'm most concerned about is, of course, the BOP. Nothing's worse than the prisons. And you know, my brother's in prison, and if you don't have a family member that's in prison or personally know somebody that's been in prison long term, you can't imagine just how bad it really is. And, you know, like, my brother is a very intelligent person who has a master's degree. Like, he's a capable, clear thinking individual. And there are insane psychological torture tactics being used. The guards give certain prisoners fentanyl for entertainment. They feed my brother.
Not to get into your brother's case, but is he in a state facility or a federal facility?
Federal.
Okay.
Yeah, and state is even worse. And so you know, they feed my brother rotting food. When my brother said that when the meat arrives, it literally says on the package that it's grade D meat, like D like dog. My brother, he said they feed them maggot pie a lot, and it's basically just a casserole of whatever the hell was in the kitchen, and it has live maggots in it, and that's just what they eat. And they have no option. There's no other alternative.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he said that he eats a green vegetable that comes from a can. Like, he hasn't had a fresh vegetable in 2 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
The world is a dark and scary place.
Yeah.
All right, kids, we're going to get on the wrap up for this. Christy, I really appreciate you calling in.
Yeah.
Always good to see you and talk to you. Nicole,
Love you.
do you have any shows?
Chris. No.
I love you, Christy.
I love you too.
Nicole, do you have any shows booked?
Nicole might have a show in October. We'll see.
Yeah.
I hope so. Actually, I was already planning on going down to South Florida at some point in October, because I know that I'm pretty sure I'm going to be involved in some events that are happening that usually happen around Halloween time.
Mhm.
So I'm crossing my fingers on that one.
can
Fingers
stay with
crossed
me if
for
you
you
like.
as I knock my shit down.
So, but yeah, so South Florida people, keep your ears open. Follow me on Instagram for all the information at Nicole_Raven. That's NIKOLE_RAVEN, Raven like the bird.
Because bird is the word.
Bird.
Christy, where can they find you on social media?
My Instagram is stripper comedy. My Facebook is stripper comedy. My website is strippercomedy.com. My YouTube is stripper comedy, and my Twitter is thong therapist. And if you have trouble spelling that, you can search for Thong the Rapist. And also, please buy my book, Something Ridiculous by Christy Monroe, on Amazon.
Yes, Nicole, put a link to the book when you get a chance. Not right this
Will do.
second.
I'm gonna do it right this second.
Let Sharky get her butthole out of your face.
Sharky's a boy.
Whatever. And I knew that too.
I love
Sharky
those
wearing a
cats.
harness.
Yeah, I take him for walks.
Nice.
Yeah. See?
As far as for my schedule, the only thing I got going on booked is October 10th, Beef O'Brady's in Parrish, Florida. Got 3 shows that night. I'll be setting up ticket links as soon as soon as I have the correct link for the tickets. Aside from that, I got nothing. So book my fat ass. I am funny on occasion. You can find me on all social. Thank you. You can find me on all social media at Real Roger Nelson. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the show on all social media platforms at FooBar Weekly. We do the show every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time here in the United States. And that's all I got. Christy, you got anything else you want to add?
Nope.
No. Follow her and buy her damn book.
Stripper.
Yeah, tip your local stripper. And tip by money, not by anything else, you fucking perverts.
Yeah.
Seriously. Nicole, you got anything else to add? Are you drinking water out of a vase?
Out of a vase. This is a glass.
Oh,
and also it's coconut water.
Oh, okay. Delicious. Yeah. You got anything else to add? Anything you want? No, nothing else you want to say? No. All right, everybody. I appreciate you watching, listening, and we'll catch you guys next week, 9 p.m. Don't forget to spay or neuter your children.
Wait, I want to tell you who we have for
yes
next week.
Oh yeah, tell me.
Sorry,
because I've been asking you to send me a list and you haven't.
We have John Jacobs next week.
Juan Wake. No, we don't have John Jacobs next week.
Oh, we have Jesus Jacobs next week.
We have Jesus Christ next week.
We have Jesus Christ next week. He's going to be a guest on the podcast.
And that's going to be fun. So I've always wanted to talk to Jesus. Now I got my chance. So tune in next week, kids. Otherwise, appreciate everybody watching. Nicole.
FooBar out.
Yeah. All right. We are offline.